Hi, I'm Roger Blohm, Executive Vice President at Telarus, coming to you from Studio 19 at our headquarters. We're thrilled to be filming a Behind the Desk segment today with Shelby Cooper, VP of Channels of North America for Intrado, and we're thrilled to have them here. We're excited about where we're going to go with this. Mr. Cooper, why don't you say hello to the audience and maybe tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Roger, thanks so much for having me today. Couldn't be more excited to be here. It's one of those things that I'm still trying to get used to, not being on airplanes for these things, not sitting across the desk from you. But I think it's become quite a new normal for us. And again, appreciate the time with you folks and being able to address all the partner community. So Intrado is a really cool and interesting company. It originated the name and the brand from our legacy 911 business. And that was really a go-to in North America with a huge market share. Most carriers that were utilizing 911 were utilizing Intrado. Pretty high stats on the usage rates of how many folks are utilizing our 911 service. But it also has a bigger depth in the market, and that is the companies like Intercall, companies like Smoothstone, companies like Hypercube. In our digital media side, a number of different digital media companies as well. And it's something that we've really kind of molded into a brand. While we still have three pillars inside of that, it's really a single brand that we have, and it's been something that's been wildly successful for us. We've had different logos over the years, one known as West, Intercall, Intrado, and it sure is great to have one brand globally that is becoming more and more recognized with our enterprise clients. The channel community, which is obviously near and dear to my heart. I'm celebrating my 25th year in the channel. I'm only 28 years old, Roger, but this is my 25th year.
I could see that channel. I can see that. Yeah, 28 was.
I'm just a young strapping lad, right? But the best part about this rebrand is it's given me a chance to kind of reach out to a lot of contacts that I've had in the past. New folks at Telarus, for instance, that I hadn't had a lot of segmentation with before, a lot of interaction with, and it's been great. So really, there's three main things that you need to know about Intrado. The 911 safety services was one thing that we've done amazing work helping our partners adopt into Kerry's law and all the new requirements that have come out legislative-wise the last few years. The one that I sit in is the Unified Communications Division, where we do the collaboration and unified communications, UCAS. And really, we have it broken into three distinct products that I think everybody can relate to and understand. First, we have our Cisco practice, which has been one of our flagships for many, many years, whether it's our HCS products, our WebEx calling, and all the different things that go along with that. Huge flagship for us and really been a mainstay for us for years. We've re-engaged and reignited our relationship with Microsoft in a gigantic way. We've become one of the world's biggest and most successful direct routing companies for Microsoft Teams, which has been great. We're also an MSP, so we sell actual Microsoft software and all of the support and everything that goes with it as well, and created quite a distinguished Microsoft practice as well, and really something that every customer that we contact with our agent partners has been asking about. Hey, what's new with Teams? What's new with the direct routing? Are you what sets Intrado apart in the direct routing space? And then finally, we just announced, and I'm sure everybody knows, and because it's been all over LinkedIn, it's been all over social media, it's been all over the news wires, is we launched a new product called Hoot 2 weeks ago. Hoot is our new proprietary web and video conferencing product. Next generation, some of the best video quality you're ever going to see, some of the best audio quality you're ever going to hear, ease of use, and secure. So really, we have the three pillars. We have our proprietary pillar called Hoot, and then we made some acquisitions recently, one of them being OnSIP, which is a small SMB UCAS company. But we're going to have a phone system integrated in with our Hoot meetings, so Hoot calling. We have a Hoot contact center, which is native in Azure, which plays both in our proprietary stack as well as our Microsoft stack. So we have the contact center, the UCAS, the collaboration, and we have the two big brands in the business, Microsoft and Cisco, as well as our proprietary brand. So we can find a fit for every customer that your agents are working with. And I think that's what makes us unique. The cool part about it too, Roger, is we're not we're not set on doing Cisco or Microsoft or proprietary. If you want mixes of those three together, that's our wheelhouse. That's what we do better than everybody else, is be able to integrate those three together. Or if you have legacy platforms, with some of our competitors, we're happy to integrate those too and help make it a single dial plan globally for you. So I know some of those things are critically important to some people. Other people want the basics. Other people, different people want to make sure they just know what's going on with Microsoft. We can help you, partner community, out with that entire thing, which is, again, the thing that we're most excited about.
All right, Mr. Cooper, that's a lot to unravel. That maybe had more information in that first paragraph than I've ever had in one of these videos. So let's start with a couple of things, just make sure we heard everything correctly. I think a lot of our channel knows you as West, right? That's been a name that's been around this community for a long time. So you've had that roll up going with some other acquisitions, and you've become Intrado has been the result of that. So that single name, is that so? Just so people are clear on that, I'm going to ask the silly question now, which is, why a dragonfly?
So part of our rebranding, and our CEO was at the front of this, was we wanted something that kind of differentiated us, right? We didn't want to just be a phone company. We didn't want to just be a technology company. We wanted to be a technology enablement company. The best way that you can do that is seeing 360 degrees and moving 360 degrees. The dragonfly is the only specimen on planet Earth that can move in any direction and can see in any direction all at once. So it really kind of solidified and really showed what we're bringing to the channel community and our customers, which is we want to be able to see 5 years out. We know where we've come from. We can see obstacles on either side and help navigate through that technological obstacle that may be in front of you that either you don't know about, or you don't know how to overcome, or you don't know how to attack, right? And so we can help you in any direction. And we help see things around the corner that maybe you can't see yet, or with our experience, maybe we have some idea on how to solve it the most economically and quickly that is possible.
So I love that story. I didn't know that's where we were going. I actually had no idea that's where the answer was coming from. So thank you. Back to as you describe things. You talked a lot about your flagship, which we've probably known you best for, which is that Cisco Enterprise solution, right? That sounds like you've added Microsoft to that, which is a conversation happening in almost every company, right? People are trying to figure that out. And we didn't know necessarily till recently about your proprietary platform. So that's pretty exciting, wrapped with an MSP service that allows you to implement it and protect your legacy investments. Is that a fair summary of that beginning?
Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to, we were so enterprise focused before, and if you didn't fit in that enterprise space, sometimes you got lost in the shuffle, right? And companies have to kind of be rebirthed and reborn into something that is more current and more relatable to their customers. And I believe we've done that. And I think we've done a hell of a job with our leadership on being able to articulate that to our customers and our partners. And the return on feedback that we've gotten is just incredible, because we can help everybody from the small mom and pop shop that are near and dear to my heart, all the way up to some of the biggest enterprises globally. And being able to bring those first-class solutions top to bottom of the market has really set us apart.
It's a big decision to enter a crowded space, the collaboration space and that UCAS space and things like that. Are there some segments you've maybe had a foothold in that made that make sense? Or what was that? Just walk me through kind of the thought process there.
We had thousands of customers in the UCAS space, right? People may not realize, but we were one of the top UCAS players in the business the last few years. So it's not that we're entering it. What we're doing is we're just kind of fortifying it, because we had customers that were further down market that wanted us to help them with solutions. And frankly, HCS isn't a fit sometimes when you get further down the market. We didn't have a great answer for that. We had people asking us, can you do the same thing with our Microsoft solutions, with Cisco solutions? Can you help us ease pain there? The answer is yes. And so we've really kind of embraced that challenge from our customers and then brought it back out to the market in a great way. And look, we've always had great success in the SMB market with our legacy intercall business. The conference calling is part of our history and things like that, which is great. And so those customers wanted us to help them into the UCAS space as well. So it's not like we sat in a room and decided, hey, we should become everybody's UCaaS player. We listened to our customers and our partners and said, let's get better here and let's solve more things for more people. And that's where our goal is.
I appreciate that. I want to make sure that everybody and many of them will, but everybody on the call understands what direct routing means. So that comes up once in a while, but everybody might not understand why that's important as it relates to Cisco and Microsoft specifically. Would you clarify what that is exactly for us for just a minute?
You didn't tell me to bring a sales engineer, Roger. You said that just come and we were going to talk really high level. No, I'm kidding. So direct routing is basically turning Microsoft Teams into your desk phone. So it puts a phone number on it. It enables calling out, calling in, voicemail, some basic contact center type capabilities, some basic IVR capabilities. And it really gives you a solution because look, most everybody's buying Microsoft Office 365 already. If you haven't, you're about to, you're thinking about it for next year. So it makes sense that if you can solve your telephony needs with something you're already buying with an add-on, as opposed to deploying a whole new system or a whole new service, it's a natural conversation. You can find some economies of scale there. You can find some relatable things, and being able to have a supporter of Microsoft be able to be a link between you and Microsoft is key as well. So it's those types of things, but having that native integration inside of Teams, phone. So it's the app on your cell phone, it's the soft phone on your PC, it's the handset if you want one. All that becomes basically tied back to Microsoft Teams and makes you more efficient as someone that I'm having more meetings and more things than I've ever had to do on my plate on a daily basis. So being able to have efficient tools like that, whether it's WebEx Teams and the WebEx calling, same thing with Microsoft and the Microsoft calling, and eventually with our Hoot platform and with the meetings and calling there, it's really just bringing multiple tools into a single thing and makes it easier for the user, which is great.
That's incredible. And thank you for clarifying that. By the way, we don't need a sales engineer if you're going to do that well every time. So, you mentioned contact center. Everybody knows that if you're selling contact center in the channel, you're coming to Telarus. That's a huge practice for us.
That's right.
We're proud of what we bring to that. What do you see as contact center in your area of expertise and where your solutions fall in?
I thought we were going to try to keep this to 15 minutes today, Roger, but you're really forcing my hand because I need to tell a good story, but I'll keep it short and sweet for you. We have many different contact center plays. We have a basic contact center that's proprietary. Like I said, it's built in Azure, which means it's native to Microsoft. It works great with our proprietary products, and it's really a basic contact center for the mid-markets. We also have the Cisco contact center suite that we have and are very successful at. Again, goes back to our flagship. With all of the flex options that Cisco has, it's something that is a natural fit there for us as well. We also have partnerships with people like Genesys. So we resell other people's contact center because maybe our proprietary doesn't check every box that's critical to your business. Maybe Cisco doesn't check every box that's in the system, or maybe it doesn't integrate well with what system you have currently. So we have partnerships with Genesys so we can bring in really, again, the best solution for your specific customer need. So,
by the way, very tight. We're not running out of time. That's an incredible explanation.
Okay.
So we're able to pull all those things together. Am I able to put that all on your paperwork, or when we partner with, you mentioned Genesys, does that end up on a different contract, just so people can understand how it flows?
No. Most everything, as you would expect, would be on Intrado paper. Sometimes because of regulatory, frankly, we do multiple different contracts, but it's still our paper. You still do the billing. You still get your commissions as you'd expect. But regulatory, especially on the 911 side, is very tight. It needs to be very, very specific. And so while we may have an extra contract here or there, our understanding of exactly what protects you, what's best for your company, is what matters most. And so we're going to do the right thing for you all the time and really try to make it as easy as possible and educate you on why things have to be the way they are, whether it's a regulatory issue, a regional issue, whatever the case is.
Thank you for that. And in my mind, I knew, I started with my relationship with you guys as West, right? And as that's matured, I think there was this mindset of, if it's a big Cisco deal, I call. Would you mind talking about your ideal customer size? We've talked a little bit about expanding to those three different pillars, but what kind of companies are you working with most often?
So it's interesting you say that because that's still a huge part of what we do, especially in the channel. Working with some of the biggest folks in the business, you guys included, we've sold some pretty dang sizable Cisco deals in the last 12 months, even through COVID. Some as recently as last month. You know, when you can pitch those deals into the seven figures and know that we're all making money for our partners and taking care of their customers, things are good. But being able to get into that mid-market space, we've been selling some private colleges with hundreds of seats at a time. We've been talking to some law firms that were hundreds of seats at a time. We've been talking to automotive folks that could be in the thousands of seats, right? Airlines, which are struggling for different reasons that we all are very well aware of. They're still looking for cost-cutting measures. So those have been some of the things that we're working through with our partnership as well. And so it's just different segments, finding the right one of our pillars that fits there or multiple parts of our pillars that fit for that customer. There's not a customer that's too small. I quoted, me personally, I had a sales rep on vacation. I don't know why I ever let my sales reps go on vacation, but I quoted a 5-license Microsoft deal yesterday. It was all of a few $100, but we quoted it and we're going to be successful with it. And it's something that we should have signed back today. I had a meeting last night with an opportunity that's 25,000 seats. So anything in between there, Roger, is our wheelhouse.
So I need to get rid of that mindset that it's only big deals and bring you all. It's more about the technologies, right? Teams and Cisco and what those might fall into rather than a company size.
You're right. And it's not like we just added these products, right? We added the right people. So we have people taking care of the mid-markets that know the mid-markets. We have people taking care of the SMB, the transactional stuff that know that space really well. And then we still have some of the biggest and brightest sales folks enterprise-wise in the business doing a phenomenal job getting them trained up on the new technologies. They're getting their partners trained up and the customers are getting excited about what they're seeing.
And you know what? And you run it all from at least one of your data centers in Kentucky. That's just an incredible location, right? I love coming. I can't wait till I can travel again. And it has nothing to do with the fact that it's in Kentucky and there are bourbon distilleries scattered all around you.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
That's not it at all.
I bet you if we went there together, we couldn't find one. You know,
probably wouldn't find one. Hey, as we get ready to wrap up, because we've gone a little long, like you said, we've crammed a lot into this, but the commitment to the channel. I love you saying you love the channel and that you're part of this. If I'm a partner out there, what are the resources available to me, and what is your approach to the channel?
Yeah. So I've only been a channel guy since I was a kid, back right out of college. It was the job that I got hired for. I didn't know anything about channel then, but I realized very, very quickly that there's nothing better than a partner that has a relationship and they just need some technological help or some procedural help or things to get the deal done. And so we've really adopted that. We've transitioned holistically at Intrado where, for instance, back in the day when we were Intercall, Roger, we were 90% direct sales, 10% channel. That has drastically shifted upward into the channel space. Our CRO has a very, very important and large part of our business that is channel centric. I'm still, leading the channel. We've done them very, very well in North America. I have peers in both Europe and Asia doing well as well. We're investing in the channel. We're going to make some big announcements, Roger. I can't give you any exclusive on this meeting, but we'll have to reschedule and get a big announcement out at the end of this year. But when I say we're investing in the channel, we're not, it's not that we're getting new Dragonfly lapel pins for you. We're not getting new webcam covers. It's something that in the 7-figure type of investment that's really just for our channel partners and nothing but our channel partners to help them drive their own business, manage their own business, and help their customers achieve technological success.
Well, that's a tease that I'm not sure I can just let fly by. You're sure you can't give me anything besides it's coming?
It's with channel, has partner in the middle, and then the last word's portal. So if you can piece that complex puzzle together, I know I've made it a little harder than I needed to, but if you can piece that together, Roger, it's something that we couldn't be more excited about and that we cannot wait to unveil at the first of the year, and really, and again, enable the partners to be better at their own business, give them more tools, education, registration capabilities, tracking of their commissions. How about that, Roger? How would you like it if a partner could go on and see their commission statements and their customers' bills, quality tickets, anything like that? And if there's these small licensing deals, what if they could just buy it right off the portal and not even have to call me, right? Because all I'm going to do is slow our partners down. We all know that they're better at this stuff than we are. So if we can empower them and enable them, I think that's going to be a huge step and show a commitment to the entire marketplace of our commitment into the channel.
Well, that's a sneak peek. Thank you for giving us a little more, and they heard it here first, right? So, hey, as we get ready to wrap up, we've talked about a lot of stuff, and we'll come back and recap that. But is there any final thought or question that I should have asked that I didn't that you can share with the community besides all the sneak peek we just got?
I'm going to share something with you that's unsolicited, Roger, and that is over the last 18 months, I've seen a shift of the agent community, right? Because we have agents that look to different master agents. Maybe they've had different legacy relationships with different people. I've seen people really matriculate over to Telarus and understanding what Telarus brings. And I think together, it's one of the partnerships that we want to invest in as we go forward, and really look to bring partners that may not have a home. We'll recommend them to Telarus because we see the way that you take care of your partner community. We see the way that you guys manage vendors on behalf of your partners, and we see how there's a very low churn rate with your customers compared to some of the other folks in the business. And it's not that they're getting worse or doing something different. You guys have just really stepped forward and brought new levels of commitment to the business that I think people find very, very refreshing. So one of the things I want to make sure that people know is the tight relationship that we have and the tight relationship and the success that the company's seeing over the last 18 months. And we can't wait to look into next year. And, I'll kind of leave you with that thought, but if there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, I think that's perfect. And I can't echo enough. The relationship is, it's a huge investment you've made. How do we engage? So I'm listening and I hear all these amazing points. What's my next step?
So you send me a fax. No, I'm just kidding, Roger. It's not a fax.
We end up implementing 911 to send you a fax. So we'll take care of that.
That's right. No, so it's real simple. It's really hard to find me on LinkedIn or anywhere else, right? So you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find my team on LinkedIn. When we put this out, we'll make sure that we put out one of our regional channel maps so that, the agents can see the coverage that we have, because we have partner managers in every region. We got sales folks in every region. So we'll put that out to you guys so you can reach out to us. You can always get a hold of us through our Telarus partners, right? So you can reach out to Telarus and they know how to get a hold of us. And so we're easy to find, and we'll make sure the engagement's easy. It doesn't matter how you get to us, Roger. If you get to us directly, if you get to us through Telarus, if you get to us wherever, we'll get you taken care of and make sure that you get the first-class service and partnership that you deserve.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, you heard it here first. As we wrap up this Behind the Desk segment, we learned a lot about what Intrado means, where they're taking the business, and some of those key pillars that are going to change the way you go to market. So if you're not currently working with them, make sure you're reaching out and taking a look at how they can change the way you work. That's a wrap from Studio 19 at Telarus headquarters in Sandy City, Utah. Until we can see you in person, stay safe, and thank you for being part of our community.